A pleasant day to everyone. I am Christine Denise Rivera Lima, a first-year BMLS student from Southwestern University, Finland. And I am here today to present to you my essay entitled Tacloban City's Downfall. I have personally experienced one of the strongest typhoons ever existed in the world, especially to our beloved country, the Philippines. I live in Leyte, a province situated in the same region, which is Region 8, Eastern Visayas, of the place where Super Typhoon Yolanda has made its landfall. However, during that time, I was too young to truly understand what happened, its impact to the people and environment, the death toll, the missing persons, and why did this happen. That is why now that I am older, I am trying to grasp the catastrophe that befell to my neighboring city, the Tacloban city. Upon researching, I stumbled across a study entitled Mediated Interpersonal Communication Breakdown in one of my modules during the pandemic. This study looks at the devastating effects brought upon the failed conveyance of how deadly storm surges are by the authorities on Tacloban City during Super Typhoon Yolanda. It critically examines the importance of precise delivery of information to the public to avoid misconceptions, and the depressing state of what the Super Typhoon Yolanda has left is an example of what happens when dire information is not properly disseminated and clearly conveyed to the public. The Pag-asa estimates that there are 20 typhoons that enter the Philippine area of responsibility each year, and 5 of which has the potency of being torrential to the affected areas in the country. One of the greatest examples of such a devastating typhoon is on the 8th of November in 2013, the arrival of Super Typhoon Yolanda. It is also internationally known as Typhoon Haiyan. The sudden jump from signal number 3 to signal number 5 in such short notice is the hallmark of Yolanda, making its way to being one of the strongest typhoons to have ever existed in the whole world. Undoubtedly, the residents of Tacloban were aware of the strength and potential of the super typhoon, but has severely disregarded the government's warning. Despite the Taclobanons' messy preparations of their underestimated predecessor, they were not prepared. They were not prepared of what is to come. And that is the term storm surge. The storm surge and their inability to comprehend such an extravagant scientific term became the Tacloban's downfall. The local government of Tacloban did not lack in disseminating warnings, but they did not give a vernacular definition of the term, thus making the residents feel overconfident, knowing that if the politicians roam the areas, it is going to be safe. Reports say that they were aware of the height of such storm surges, but was greatly oblivious to the frequency it would hit and the strength it bears. The aftermath of the typhoon left Tacloban and other neighboring provinces in chaos, despair, and devastation. Homes diminished to rubble, boats left ashore, families separated from one another, and people losing lives. Super Typhoon Yolanda was merciless on its passing. It is estimated that more than 10,000 lives were lost during the 2+ hours of raging winds and deafening roars of the sea. Majority of the casualties were from Tacloban City, with 6,290 deaths, 1,785 missing, and 28,626 injured. The occurrence that was greatly responsible for such high number of casualties was the storm surge's giant wall of sea water, estimated to be 7.5 meters or 24.6 feet in height, demolishing the coastal towns and cities like Tacloban. The pending typhoon and its intensity were already given and understood by the residents of the affected area, but the failure to convey and clarify the term storm surge was a massive problem. We were not ready of that exact moment. Thus, this leads to Tacloban City's downfall. That would be all, and thank you for listening. Have a nice day.